But since you just talked about data discovery and classification, this curiosity that I also had, and I'm sure our audience wants to have a little more detail about how data discovery and classification will help organizations to comply with the DPDP Act.
Yeah, I think that's a very, I mean, well-framed question, Isha. I think that's something which is going to help simplify and also help comply with the different sections of the rules. So maybe if you go to the next slide, I will give you a quick view of how the different data lifecycle management processes that we talked about in the previous slide, how we can put a process, an automation process altogether. So as we speak, we know that, and from a retrospective point of view, the legacy data that we have. So it is humanly impossible for any organization to manually keep track. So I used to work in the 90s, late 90s on ITIL, which talked about configuration management database, right? Now, with the proliferation of the digital stack and AI and all other automations, right? Uh, it is very getting very outdated, very fast, right? So we really need to have a solution which is working round the clock, 24 cross 7, 365, every time, real time basis. So you need to have a system in place where it can discover, go into your IT landscape, whether it is on the cloud, whether it is in the data lakes, whether it is in your on-prem, whether it is in your personal data stores like you have got, right, your Google Drive and any other spaces, and help you do automated discovery of all types of personal data. So you have to define certain rules, which we call classifiers, which will help you detect this kind of personal data, the PCI, PII, PHI types I talked about, right? And then you also need to understand whether you are managing those data with the right security principles, because we know that at any point of time whenever a breach happens, and most of the time the root cause tells us that it is possibly a bad security configuration, whether if the data store where it is supposed to secure your personal data is not well secured with access controls, with good password policies, with good secrets and APIs hardened around that. There is all the chance to have that data getting exfiltrated or data getting breached. So you not only have to discover the personal data, but also understand the risk, associated security risk of those data stores, and flag those
Right.
misconfigurations. And then you go ahead and I think this is the area I think GISA is already working very deeply with your BFSI clients, where you go secure and limit access, right? Where you
Yes.
protect data assets through different kind of encryption techniques using the different Aadhaar vaults and PII data vaults and the HSM modules that you have built in. So this, the third phase, the secure and limit. So the first two and the third, first to the third phases, these three phases should work as much as automated way as possible with minimal human intervention, where the system will give you enough real-time information. Where human intervention come is when you have to remediate those risks and then start governing your personal data processing life cycle, and ensure that the auditors and the compliance guys and the legal guys, when they come and check your system, they have something which they can be happy with, because most of the time we will struggle otherwise to manually generate this kind of a reports. So in a way, this is very key for all of us to implement and understand.